Okay, we are back working on this 2008 Suzuki Forenza. We're going to be replacing this IAT sensor, as it's called on here. You may know it by being called a MAF sensor on most cars, but I guess it's a little bit different. So I'm going to show you where that's located in a moment to show you the part that we have here. Okay, so this brand is a little bit more than some of the others, but I like this brand. I've used it a lot, the TRQ. And this is where this sensor is going to be. You can see it down in there. Maybe see it better from this side. So this is what you get, this whole intake hose, and we're going to basically get this on the car. So pretty simple job. And you may be wondering, what kind of issues you can get with this. Well, it's like with any sensor on your car, you can get a whole host of issues, from the performance to bogging down, acceleration. This I just kind of discovered accidentally. I did not get a code for it or anything, but I was unplugging it and testing and discovered this sensor to be causing problems. So in this case, it was like loss of power, bogging down, and just kind of acting kind of hesitating and stuff. Okay, so once you get in here, you can see how this is hooking up. Now you could just replace this piece and leave everything here alone. I think what I'm going to do, just to make it a little bit easier, is to pull this whole thing out as a unit. Now this is where this little sensor connects, and you just give that a squeeze down, pop that off, and the next thing we're going to do is loosen up this right here. You can use a flat or a quarter or something, I can't remember now, but we'll get on that. And I'm just going to remove it up here, so you can use the same flat screwdriver to loosen that up. And we're going to take this right here loose, so not a very big deal. Alright, we're going to get this, a 6mm fits this. I'm just coming up in here with an extension. Alright, so we're just going to come over here with that same 6mm and loosen this up a little bit. That should be plenty enough. Let's go ahead and just work. Now, these old hoses will be really stiff. There, we got it. For now, we'll just lift this whole thing up and off and take it to the bench. Okay, and you can see we got it flipped over here, and these bands are tightened on the bottom where they're difficult to get to, so it does make it easier just to lift the whole thing off. And then we can just simply transfer this piece right over here. And we may or may not have to loosen up this screw. Got a Phillips screw right there. We don't want to break any of this, so we'll see how much wiggle room we have once we get these bands here loose. Alright, so we're just using this same little 6mm here. Let's get this one back here. And just to be consistent, we'll just put the bands back where they came from as far as the location goes. Maybe they had a reason for it. Alright, so we're going to try to see what we can do as far as getting this off of here. Okay, it seems kind of snug, so I think we're going to go in here and just remove this Phillips, and that's going to loosen this piece up so we ain't breaking anything. Just Get that little Phillips screw out. Okay, so as far as this one goes, we can just lift it right out of there with that screw out of the way. Now we've got this loose, but it may or may not be as easy to break free here. Okay, these are really, really stubborn. Alright, well, making some headway, just kind of holding this elbow and pushing it this way. I could probably get this to rotate now. Okay, so we about got it. You can see it's coming off right here. It's just old stiff rubber. Okay, so we'll just remove our bands. And we've got this old unit. We'll need this band down here too. Okay, we got our clamps back in the manner that they were going. We're just getting ready to slip it back on here. So it's going to be just as snug going back. So I found it easier to stand it up, but it's kind of tricky getting both of these at the same time here. So I'm just kind of wiggling it around, but it's working better standing up, so I'm just going to have to fiddle with it a minute. Okay, I will say that it's easier said than done. It may be easier to pop this out. Of course, you can push in on this and pop this little piece out. I don't know, even at that. But it might be easier. But basically, I got the big hose on and just kind of rotated it and worked my fingers and worked this thing back around, but it's actually kind of tricky to get that back on there. And also keep this clamp way down here out of your way and this one up here out of your way. So we'll go ahead and fasten those up now. All right, so we're just snugging these up. So every once in a while you run across one of those things that you think which should just be as easy as can be, and then you struggle with it. But we got it on there. We're just going to get this piece and get our little screw back in there. Alright, time to get it back in the car over here. Okay, so I took this and drove it around a little bit, and 100% improvement. The funny thing was, You know, I accidentally, you know, kind of discovered this by unplugging it just to see what it would do. The car ran better with the sensor unplugged. The only thing I noticed is that the transmission was shifting kind of funky. Other than that, it ran better just simply by unplugging the sensor. Now, could I've cleaned it? Possibly, but this is a 2008. That's an old sensor. The part with the boot was $28. So, in my opinion, a very inexpensive part to replace if you don't have any check engine lights and you're having this sort of problems with it bogging down and not wanting to accelerate surging and that sort of thing. So definitely a good place to start. You get a new boot, get a new sensor. So good thing to replace, in my opinion. So that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. As always, I invite you to subscribe, and thanks for watching.